Blog Talk Radio.
Hey, witch doctor, give us the magic words.
Alright, you go ooh ee, ooh ah, ting tang, walla walla bing bang.
Alright. Ooh ee, ooh ah, ting tang, walla walla bing bang. Ooh ee, ooh ah, ting tang, walla walla bang bang. Ooh ee, ooh ah, ting tang, walla walla bing bang. Ooh ee, ooh ah, ting tang, walla walla bang bang.
Do 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 do.
I was in love with you. I told the witch doctor I was in love with you. And then the witch doctor, he told me what to do. He told me, ooh, ting, tang, walla, walla, bang, bang. 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 I told the witch doctor you didn't love me true. I told the witch doctor you didn't love me nice. And then the witch doctor, he gave me this advice. Ooh, ting, tang, walla, walla, bang, bang. 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 You can keep your love for me just like you were a miser. And all I said it wasn't very smart. So I went out to find myself a guy that's so much wiser. And he told me to wait in your heart.
Do 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 do.
Ooh, ee, ah, ah. Ooh, ee, ah, ah. Ooh, ee, ah, ah. Ooh, ee, ah, ah. Ting, tang, walla, walla, bang, bang. Come on and ooh, ee, ah, ah. Ting, tang, walla, walla, bang, bang. Ooh, ee, ah, ah. Ting, tang, walla, walla, bang, bang. Ooh, ee, ah, ah. Ting, tang, walla, walla, bang, bang. Ooh, ee, ah, ah. Ting, tang, walla, walla, bang, bang.
Welcome to Within the Chaos with your host,
Rodney Shortridge.
and co-host,
Robin Dalton.
Well, good evening, boys and girls, and thank you for joining us again tonight. You can listen in by going to blogtalkradio.com/within the chaos, or you can call in to listen, or you can call in to ask questions to our guest at 323-870-4197. From deep within the heart of the Appalachian Mountains, I'd like to welcome everyone and thank you for listening to Within the Chaos. My name is Rodney Shortridge. I'll be your host tonight, along with my fiery redhead co-host, Robin Dalton.
Hey, y'all.
I was beginning to wonder if she was there. Tonight,
Of
our
course
special
I'm
guest, you're always like a dime short and a day late. Is that how it goes?
I think
it's
it's
a
$1 short. You're like,
Who the hell can afford $1? Well, tonight our special guest is the beautiful Dr. Rebecca Housel. Dr. Housel, the pop culture professor, is the best-selling author and editor of books sold in 9 languages and 63 countries. Her blog, RebeccaHousel.com, features essays on topics that range from numerology to twin flames to pop culture and social theory, and has over 1 million readers from all over the world. An actual professor for 20 years, Dr. Housel taught pop culture, film, philosophy, and writing in both New York and Atlanta. The Doc is the CEO of Soul Arrow Entertainment. She represents TV and film stars. Doc does a lot of work for charities, including homeless kids, no-kill shelters, programs for the disabled, and much more. So I want to give a big shout out to Bluefield State College for having us again this year on their 25th Sci-Fi Convention. It's always go up there, and we always meet such interesting people, but sad to find out that this is the last year. They're not doing it no more. And also I want to give a shout out to the Tazewell County Library where I got to go out there and speak. I want to thank them for having me, and hope they invite me back again. I think I ran everybody off. So,
No.
Robin, how was your week?
Well, of course, busy. As most of you know, I work for Risk Care. We take care of IDD clients, and we got a new client in. So it's been an interesting week, and also had a great time at Blue Shield. And I hate that I couldn't be a part of tonight's little event. I want to apologize to everyone. I had to work later than what I thought. But other than that, it's been a good week. However, I do want to take a minute and give a shout out and send some good love and vibes and prayers to the Winfrey family who lost their father, Bob, Friday night. A freak accident leaving the Garth Brooks concert. So want everyone to send out some good vibes for them for their sudden loss.
And can I request that tonight you stay out of the bathroom and where we can hear you?
I'm never in the bathroom. I might have to go to the bathroom where it's quiet.
Shit. Okay, well let's get Doc on here. Well, it's my honor to welcome our special guest, Dr. Housel. I hope she's on. Doctor, are you on? All right.
I am. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, how are y'all doing?
Well, I'm hanging, just a hanging. I think we lost Rob. I think she actually did go in the bathroom.
Oh no! You know, I was laughing when she was saying that because I do this thing where I got to go into my car sometimes to do these interviews because my dog, you know, will like bark once in a while. So she's actually tonight. I'm not in the car.
My problem is just wants to fall asleep and snore.
Dang. Well, can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Do you mind if I call you Doc? Because, you know, it's so, all the doctors I know, I call them Doc.
Everybody calls me that. It's totally cool. Whatever you want. You could call me anything, almost anything, except for whore or slut. That I'm not too fond of. But
don't worry. I
get a little bit angry.
I'm not kin to Donald Trump. You ain't gonna worry about me grabbing you by the pussy.
We can't even get into politics tonight. It's just such a sad election year. I can't even, you know, I just wish every American citizen would get themselves a gun and just like hole up in their houses until 2017. That's what I sort of feel like.
Hey, there's probably a lot of people around in my area doing that right now.
You know what? Where I'm from in Georgia, yeah, same thing. You know, I was telling the guys the other night, I was doing a show out of Pennsylvania and telling them that I was driving down the road in Atlanta and a big Ford F-150 had like a cloud strapped to the hood. I'm like, I love it here.
Wow.
No clouds in Georgia.
This is what I try to explain to people around here. That they have the American flag in the back of the truck and then they have the Confederate flag. I tell them, do you all not understand that's an oxymoron? And they look at me like, what? You're canceling each other out. You're either for one or the other. You can't be for both.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think a lot of my neighbors in the South sort of feel like it's part of like a cultural heritage. So I think that I think that there's like a couple of ways of thinking about it. I get them both, you know. I don't know. I guess I've drank the Kool-Aid. I drank the Kool-Aid, y'all, and I'm okay with it.
That's all right. That's all right. We'll let it go. We'll let it go.
Thank you. You know, I don't know. I think that's where my soul is from, the South. I really think so. I know I was born in Boston, but man, I don't know where that came from, because that's just not that doesn't make sense. But when I go home, when I start seeing with the big crosses, when I'm driving from the Northeast back to Atlanta, I feel like, okay, everything's going to be okay now. Everything's fine. And I'm not even a Christian, you know. I'm like, well, hey, I'm home. I'm seeing the big crosses. I feel like everything's going to be safe and everything is fine. I'm going to be with the normal people now. Everybody in Boston's like, hey, because I'm going to be there this weekend, actually, in Salem. In about a day, I'll be in Boston doing one of my fundraiser events for a company, organization, nonprofit called Capabilities, and they help basically disabled adults and children become independent and live independently by helping them get jobs and train for jobs and get places to live where they can be totally independent. It's like such a great program. They have a farm and it's so good. We need places
awesome.
like that. Yeah,
it really
is
awesome. That's my passion.
Is it really?
Since we oh, sorry. I didn't know
yeah,
you were going to talk about
for a company. I work for a company called Rest Care, and we take care of disabled adults with. So yeah, they're kind of. I've been doing it for a few months now, right out of school. And of course, I've had family members, but this is so different and learning such great things. And we're trying to find places now that will let us bring them to work for a few hours a day. And we have one right now we're trying to teach how to read and one to walk. So, yeah, I really admire anyone who's willing to work with IDD people.
Well, I think it's interesting because a lot of I don't know, folks just don't understand. You know, when you have a child with special needs, that child grows up and everybody's like, but your parents care for you, except that, you know, parents usually die before their children. So if you have an adult child with special needs, who's going to care for that child? You know, like that's basically what happens. There's a need and nobody kind of realizes it. So, you know, they what?
I say exactly. It's bad in this area.
I think it's bad in every area. I think it's a widespread compassion. Basically, is lacking in a lot of our culture. So I really feel like that's part of the problem in our society in general. It's I hope I'm not talking to anti-gun people because unfortunately I'm kind of a gun person. But, I think part of the problem is, especially in the Northeast, living in New York, people feel like obviously it's not a gun-friendly state. But then, a woman got killed here. I had a stalker while I lived in Atlanta, full-time. I don't live there full-time anymore, sadly, because of this. But I had a stalker, and I had to, leave my home and, and everything. And had I lived in New York at the time, if that had happened to me in that state, I think I'd be dead. Because in Georgia, I was allowed to protect myself in my own home without waiting for any period of time. Here in New York, you need to wait. It's like an 8-month waiting period. And the questionnaire to get your carry permit is like 5 questions. But guess what those questions are? Have you ever been depressed? Have you ever been fired from a job at any time in your life? Well, anybody that's been a teenager has been fired from a job. Anybody that's ever been a human being has been depressed, and if you say no to those questions, you'll probably get investigated. And if they find out that at any point in your life you were depressed or treated for depression or took pills for depression, you won't get your permit. If they find out that at any point in your life you were fired from a job, you won't get the permit. If you say yes, of course you won't get the permit. So basically, you can't get the permit. A woman got
crazy.
convicted,
That's
though.
like 90% of Americans.
It's not. You see, it's the compassion that's lacking in this country because guns do not kill people. People kill people. When you don't have compassion, you don't use a gun properly. It's compassion that's the missing component. You know, guns protect us from the people that don't have compassion, but can get guns anyway because there's illegal gun sales. There's no way that we cannot allow other people, other citizens, to have guns to protect ourselves. I had a 911 call in Atlanta. I'm in my house in the mountains. You know how long it took those policemen to get to me? 35 minutes.
A lot
Hey.
happened in 35 minutes.
You know, I had a gun, so I cleared my house myself. I'm like, oh, fuck this. Can I say that? I'm so sorry. I hope that's okay.
Yes, you can. Hey, you can say whatever you want to say. That's
You
how
know, the
liberal I am.
F-bombs, I got people on Twitter listening tonight who are going to be drinking shots every time they call me fucking swell because every time I drop an F-bomb, they want to drink a shot, man. It's
Well, you and I need to get on well.
Hey, if you listen, hey, I'm a big F bomber too. So you all go ahead and have a shot every time I say fuck. Okay, there you go. That's one. That one's on me.
I like it.
So fun.
Oh, the way you say fuck too is really like super sexy, actually.
Well, thank you. I tell you, I know. Hey, I tell people I know how to say fuck. And I know how. And hey, I'm good at it.
You're trying now. Now you're trying. That's good. I like it. I'm with my people. Okay, it's going to be a great night.
So, Doc, what I just have to know is where did you get the name Pop Culture Professor? I love it.
I made it. It's my brand. I created it. Let's see. Sorry for the there. I can't even remember when I created it, but it was 2008, 2009. It's my trademark. And a new book series was supposed to come out this fall, but I kind of prioritized people over books, and you know, that's all good, except that I didn't make any money from the people I prioritized. But the books, I haven't written. You know, that's a bit of a problem because, you know, we still all have to pay bills. But the books, I haven't written a new one since 2011, and I'm still making money from that. I mean, that's a long freaking time to not write anything and still be getting checks every 6 months. So, you know, and that because, yeah, it is wild, and I'm so super grateful to a man named William Irwin. I don't know if he's listening tonight, but if he is, Bill, you know, you really, he changed my world in a lot of ways. Not in like a rock my world kind of way, you know, he's happily married. Not that I wouldn't go there, by the way.
Spanking that ass, I take it.
Well, you know, I'm kind of, what do we call it, sex positive?
Yeah, we could just change this. We could just change this into sex talk. Hello, this is Rodney. How's tonight? Help you.
Well, you know, that's very possible. I once was on a radio show out in L.A., and it's like, you know, millennials kind of run it, and the whole 2 hours ended up being all about sex because they were like a bunch of 25-year-olds asking me about all these sex questions. And they didn't know. At the end of it, one of the hosts was like, "Are you like a doctor of like sexology?" Like in a serious way. They thought that I'm like, "No, honey, I'm just a 45-year-old cougar." I know about sex. And you would be very happy to know about sex from me too, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh boy, yeah, I love those young guys. Man, I can't help myself. I realize I'm like a lech now. I'm like I'm, like dirty old men. It's no longer just dirty. Like I'm like out with like a 22-year-old guy, and I'm like, what's wrong with me? There's something wrong with that. I don't know. I mean, I felt awesome. He's holding my hand. I'm like, oh, geez, I can't be unhappy about this, but guilty, a little guilty.
Well, it's all right. You could. Oh God, I just pissed her off, didn't I?
No, I didn't. I think that on my
you
end,
went dead for a minute, Rod. Your phone cut out.
Yeah, you were kind of. I lost you there for a second.
Okay,
Repeat what you said.
I said it's all right. I said that's all right. You can tuck him in bed and give him his milk and cookies here after the show.
Well, if you were on my Instagram account, you'd see I was like, even they just keep getting younger too. It's like I have another picture with I was like at a wedding with somebody on Sunday, and I'm like, oh my God, he looks like he's 18. I think he's 22. I'm not even sure. I mean, I didn't check his license, but it's getting worse and worse. Like, and it just keeps. I thought 30 was young. I was excited about 30 when I was 41 or 42. I was like, yay, 30. Now I'm like, As I get older, I want to.
How hard is it to find them that young and them know what they're doing?
They don't know what they're doing at all. I don't care.
So do you have to do like a diagram thing?
Well,
I can see her pulling up in a white van with a box full of candy, going, "Come here, little boys, come here."
It's kind of like, well, actually, you know what I do? I go in my white van and I'm like, Pokemon, Pokemon Go, come on in, we'll take this time. Pokemon Go.
Let me show you the true Pokestop. Come on over.
It's kind of Pokemon.
Yeah.
I like her, Rodney.
I like her too. Jesus Christ, we're gonna have. I don't even think we're gonna get through any fucking questions. It's just going up. That's shot on. That's no shot on me. I don't think we're gonna get through this.
No fucking questions.
Well, I was going to ask her what she does in her free time, but I think I know.
Yes.
I wish I could say that was happening a lot, but it's really not. And I'm just like, I really am not like that. But I do appreciate young guys. Boy. Anyway, so now like every young guy out there is going to be like, really? Maybe I'll follow her on Twitter.
And you're going to get all kinds of stalkers now, especially from up here. They'll be like, she country, she likes guns, and she likes young boys. Fuck yeah. Mama sound good.
You know what? That's like kind of not, yeah, that's really kind of true. Like I'm thinking you're saying that. I'm like, that would, if you have a beard. If you have a beard and you're over 6 feet tall and you look like a lumberjack, and blonde on top of it, boy, I'm a happy girl. Like, oh gee. Now I'm excited. Now I got myself a little excited.
Do we need to give you a few minutes? Do you need a few minutes to gather yourself?
Well, I actually am in bed. I'm doing this from like I'm laying on my bed, not in it. And my sex toy drawer, is right next to me.
Do you have friends to fill up batteries?
I have so many extra batteries.
I'd be something to get real quiet. Be like, she'd be like, yeah, just keep asking questions. That's it.
Asking questions. I'm almost there.
Oh, yeah, keep asking them. Keep asking big guy. Right there. Blonde, yes, muscles, lumberjack. Oh, okay, well, I'm ready.
Rodney, you're a little too good at that.
Oh, I know. Well, it's a little bit longer than that for me. I'm a marathoner, so, no Minutemen need apply. I like a 3 hours is like a quickie.
Oh my God, I would die.
You're a
I need like the long thing. I really do. I like it. I enjoy it, and it's got to be like a long time. I hate it when it's short. I hate it. Like an hour is okay, but that's a quick. Like that's really like when you're tired, you know. Like it's like an hour.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
Okay, come on now, let's hurry it up. I gotta go sleep. I gotta get up at 4.
Shit.
Well, you
Be on
gotta
top
have
of
like it's hard to find. It's hard to find partners, you know. Like it really is. You just can't. It's hard to find people that are willing to do that. Everybody wants the quickie.
It's hard to find anybody who can do that.
Yeah, I mean, it's real sad. I did have someone, you know, but it's so sad. So sad. I can't even go there. I'll be crying because, you know, yeah.
Well,
I can't, like, replace stuff like that.
well, let's don't get you crying. No. Okay, so what got you started on the path of writing and being a professor?
Well, this goes with the first question that I semi-answered. What got me on the path? Well, I was always a writer. I started writing when I was 6 years old and been walking around with an old briefcase I found selling my stories for 10 cents, which I illustrated myself too. And I sold them, you know, like I figured people were just buying them because I was a cute little girl with pigtails saying, will you buy my story? Which I actually acted especially cute just to get some sales. I do that now with like my bikini shots. I like act especially cute so people will buy my shit. But I mean, I really want them to because I think it will change lives. But I'm willing to get in a bikini and put it on Instagram and show everybody my stretch marks. I don't care. I still look good in the bikini. You got a few scars. I think that's a good thing. That just means life is you've lived a little bit. You know, you want to. When you sit in an easy chair and it's brand new, it's real stiff, right? You don't want that. You want to sit in an easy chair that's like, you know, had a few runs because then it's really soft and comfortable.
Exactly.
I'm comparing myself to an easy chair. That's not a good comparison. But I started writing when I was really young, and I've just been writing my whole life basically. And so I published like right out of college, and I was a writing professor, and I taught things like how to write movies and how to write books and, you know, how to do all kinds of different, you know, any kind of writing you could imagine. I helped people, and then I was doing pop culture stuff, helping students. I taught at a really kind of major university that I'm not going to give them any publicity whatsoever because I hate them. I really do. I'm not kidding. I really hate this university like bad. But so I'm not going to give them any pub. They don't deserve it. They don't deserve to lick the bottom of my feet. You know what I would do with the administrators of that place? I'd make, you know, I don't even want to go there, but I really, no. They don't deserve me. They didn't. And I had all these technical engineering students who were required to take writing classes, and they wouldn't write. So I thought, you know, well, this is video game culture, movie culture, comic book culture. Hey, how about if you write about that stuff? What? We can do that? Of course you can do that. The world is unlimited. You're unlimited. If you want to write about if you don't want to write, but then you want to write about something you like, let's do that. So I started doing research and writing about it and bringing it into the classroom, and that was kind of new at the time, believe it or not. I hate to say how old I am because I hate that. I totally give away my age every time I talk about it, but I was actually the first woman, supposedly in the United States, to do that, use comics in my research, and I've been in a couple of documentaries because of that, and I don't know. So some guy, some Emmy-winning director who was making a documentary for PBS, their American Masters series, was interviewing me because I was the first, according to him. So I'll go with that.
That's awesome.
I guess,
you know,
or it means I'm old as ass. I mean, I don't know.
I gotta make it.
People that influence your writing?
I didn't catch the first part of the question.
Are there any people in your life that have influenced your writing?
This is actually a really great question. So my recent stuff, okay. So a lot of my stuff in the last 2 years is because I had like I know you guys are like within the chaos and you know, you probably touch on paranormal once in a while, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
We are.
Yeah, we're
paranormal,
actually.
Well,
I
that's
actually have a
why,
group.
you know, that's what happened to me. Like I had, I guess, an awakening, sort of, not really. I mean, it was an awakening. I already had abilities. I'm a Leo, so everything has to be real in order for me to recognize it, like big blinking red signs. Like somebody has to literally be pointing and saying, look, subtlety is not something that Leos get, and I definitely no. Subtlety is not going to work with me. You got to have like a big blinking red sign. So I knew a lot of things that I shouldn't know. I could do a lot. I don't even want to say the things I could do. I just didn't want to know it because it didn't seem real to me, and everything else is so real. So that's my karma, of course, as a Leo, is to try to use my intuition more like a Pisces. I don't know if either of you are Pisces, but Pisces have like this great ability to be able to sort of look beyond what's real and believe that the things that aren't real are real. That they're called the dreamers of the zodiac because, of course, they can do that. So their karma is the opposite of mine. Their karma is to like kind of give more credence to the real while I'm sitting here going, oh, everything here is real. This is awesome. I like real stuff. I'm comfortable with it. Oh, there's this ghost over here talking to me. Oh, sorry. I know you. You know, you're not like a door that I can open. I think I'm not going to. I mean, I had a manifestation in Atlanta. I was doing actually, you know, Holly and Ryan. You guys know them, of course.
Right.
Yeah.
Holly and Ryan. Yeah, so I'm doing their show, and this was maybe a year and a half ago, and I'm in Atlanta, and there's like a, you know, Star Trek, those, like, you know, the transporter, it would be like all these little dots would kind of manifest, you disappear into all these little dots, and when you come back, it looked like little dots before you look like you. That's what it looked like to me, and I kind of just walked right through it, because I'm like, I know that this door is real. I'm going to open the door. I'm going to go to that door and I'm going to open it. And you are not there. And you are not. I literally walked through. And when I did, I felt, I don't know, like the most peace and love and joy you could ever feel. And then I felt bad because, of course, it disappeared. And I was like, oh, shit, I'm such an asshole. I'm an asshole. I'm an asshole to, like, even people that aren't here. God, I've got to work on that. So I've now really, because you asked about what it has been inspiring, my recent writing anyway is really, you know, the person that helped bring me to awakening is someone I consider my twin flame. I don't know if you know anything about that, but it's a narrative of basically we all have another half to our soul. We're one soul, but we get separated at Earth, and so you have everybody, not everybody, I guess, but most people have another half that's out there somewhere. And when you start seeing a lot of 11s or 1111, that's the number for awakening. Numerology became very important because, you know, this person really was like kind of everything in that way to me. And we were together and having a baby and all doing all kinds of stuff like that. And, you know, things kind of went real bad, like arrows came flying into my house, and I was attacked by arrows, which is why my company's name is Soul Arrow. And I lost the baby at like 6 months, so like real bad. It's stillbirth because of all the stress.
Wow.
So you can imagine, and this just happened like a year and a half ago. So now I'm writing a lot about all of that kind of stuff, and I want everything that's negative to become positive. So every negative thing that happens, I want to be a springboard for the positive because, you know, I got shot up with arrows. My house was full of holes, windows, steel doors, arrows sticking in drywall 25 feet away. when one of them went off. No, for real. It's not a joke. So real bad. So when I say I got a stalker, I don't mean just somebody creepy looking at my online shit. I mean, that happened too. But this is like when I had my event in Atlanta a few weeks ago, I had to be aware of what was going on there and kind of make some changes privately so that I wouldn't get shot with arrows.
Holy crap.
As ridiculous as that sounds.
Well, I know that you said when you see the number 11 or 11, I have a quick question. This has been driving me insane. And I asked Holly about it, but I don't think she really replied or paid attention to it. I see the number 222 all the time.
Oh, I got your number. Yeah, now that number, okay. So 22, all right, let me roll back a little. The number 11 is, in numerology, is considered the master number. It's the master number. It means awakening. Every master number that follows is a variation of 11. So 22, of course, is 2 11s. That makes the 22. The number 2 is an 11 in and of itself. So when you see anything that's related to 22, that means master builder. So when you see 222, 3 2s, that means the ascended master builders are with you. The ascended master teachers is 333. Ascended master teachers would include people like Jesus, Einstein, people like that are considered ascended master teachers. Ascended master builders could be a lot of different people. It can be authors. Like there's the ascended masters are, obviously people that were here and, brought humanity to new levels, helped bring about all kinds of awakening through what they did. And building isn't just like literal building of houses, although a lot of people, including my friend in Atlanta, who has the 22 in his birthday, and a 4, because 2 2s equals 4, really, which I see that number all the time, 224. It's driving me crazy. Like, I had a receipt today, and it was a big receipt. I'm not gonna paint any false pictures here. It was like over $2,000, but it was 2240. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Yesterday, the gas receipt, the gas was $2.24. Then I get another, I'm turning it through the cable channels, 2 of 24. I'm like, 224, 224. It just kept popping up, and in weird ways, I'm like, oh my God.
I look at 222 with me. My son was born at 222 in the morning. And it seems like ever since he's been born, I see that number all the time.
He's an ascended. Your son is an ascended master builder. He was born at 222, and he has them with. That's his. Does he? How old is he now?
He is 16 now.
Okay, now so what are his interests?
His interest right now is golf. No, he's always, even since he was real little, he's big into, he can build stuff and puzzles, and he's real creative, and he loves anything like nature and outdoors and stuff like that.
Yeah. He's an ascended master builder, and he's here. That's happening now. So there's a big awakening right now, and I referred to twin flames earlier. There's a big push in the cosmos so that, even if you're a stubborn twin flame like mine, I've got 2 of them, 2 different, they're the same person. I think that they're the same person, but they're like 11 years apart, of course, because 11 is just part of this whole equation. And they're like the same person, same job, same everything. They're doppelgangers. It's crazy. And there's a lot of people. So even stubborn ones are going to be awakening. And it looks like by 2020, which is, of course, 11/11, an 11/11 year, there's going to be a lot more sort of people like your son, who are going to be awakening to their purpose. And I don't know, I don't know if that's really going to happen, but I'm wondering, especially given the nature of our election this year, and that 2020 will sort of be the next election year. I think that sometimes necessity is, of course, the mother of invention. So when we have, I don't care who wins, it's not going to be good, and that's just it. That's just it. So no matter who wins, Americans are fucking on their own. It's the Wild Wild West. Most of America just hasn't caught up to that. So people like your son, in the next 4 years, and this is part of this crazy election, it's just kind of going to move everybody to this place where they have to be more self-responsible and really be more creative, more resourceful, because things are they're going to get worse before they get better. And when that happens, it always forces awakening. I mean, how does my awakening happen? Well, I got fucking shot with arrows. That's how I got abandoned. I lost my daughter. I got shot with arrows. 8 months of stalkers breaking into my house. I'd come home, red mud footprints all over my rug. I'm like,
oh my God,
don't kill those people, but you can't, because you're a law-abiding citizen and you don't want to go to jail. Of course, the lawbreakers are still free, but that's part of my awakening. I'm going to use their story, and guess what? I am going to be rich because of it. So rich, it's crazy. And that's part of my awakening, and it's part of theirs too. You can be free, but you're miserable fucks that live in a little tiny piece of garbage, roach infested, filthy place. You're 7 miles away from my house. You thought that was real funny. Well, laugh it up, everybody, because you just made me rich. Good luck. That's part of the awakening. And my daughter was Emma, and I trademarked her name, and it's an acronym for everything in my mind awaits. And that I want everybody to say it to them every day. Emma, Emma, Emma. Everything in your mind awaits. Whatever it is you have an idea for, this is part of your awakening. If you have an idea, it can happen. And I kid you not, it can happen. Just keep saying Emma. Your haters, the people that are like, oh, you could never do that. After you say fuck you, of course, just say Emma. Emma is like and that's in my writing now. That's going to be a part of my books, a different book project that I'm working on. I can't say the name of it because I just submitted a trademark application. Anyway, so I'm sorry, I interrupted and I got really excited. The other kind of excited.
I'm so happy. I have waited so long for somebody to tell me what 222 means, because I see it all the fucking time. I was like,
yeah, he's going to be on the verge. That happened, and a friend of mine, she began seeing 1111 before her daughter was born, and then her daughter, who's now 26, they are both seeing it now. And, it's just basically awakening. And I believe that they're both twin flames. I know they are actually, not of each other, but they have twin flames. They're part of that group. And, they're bringing awakening through different things. But your son is an ascended master builder, and he was born at that time. And that was actually a message that he couldn't know unless you relate it to him. So now you can help focus him to become that master builder that he is already. It's in him, or he wouldn't be interested in the things he's interested in, And I didn't mean talking about the 16-year-old, hey, what's his interest? I mean, that's a little bit young.
Well, you got to get him off the couch first to teach him anything.
That's kind of not a joke. That's something that I started to talk about video games. Because of course I taught it, but I started talking about video games because I've been teaching it to these young guys. I'm like, wouldn't it be great to get a blowjob while you're playing, this video game? Like, could you ever? Do you think you could concentrate?
I love the way you think. Hell yeah!
It's so bad.
Yeah, let me play.
I am bad.
Yeah, you're very bad. Well, since y'all talk about numbers, there's two numbers that always fascinate me, and I see a lot. And I hate to even ask, but it's the 3 and the 5. I even do things. I count in threes and fives. And
Okay, so
it's
what's your
irritating.
birthday? I need to know your birthday.
October 30th, 69.
Okay. October 30th. You said 69, and I immediately thought of 69. You know, I'm like, sex.
That's right. You know what I'm talking about.
Okay. You know,
I'll
that's
use that
one of my
line
favorite
anytime.
numbers.
That's mine too.
Well, we are bad. Well, so you're born, you said October 30th. So your birthday is like coming up on Sunday, right? Wow, happy birthday. Happy early birthday. So October is a 10, which is 2 5s, and a 30 becomes a 3. 3 is your soul number. And I have to think about this for a minute. Let's see, 7, 8, and 3. And so your total birthday is 10, which is 2 5. So I have 5 happen for me a lot too, and I'm born in the 5th zodiacal house. I'm born in like the 5th millennia after, sort of like in this lunar calendar. We're in the year 5777. So I was born in the year 5731 on 731. So like 5s and 11s really like permeate my existence. And so 5, the number 5, is actually a karmic debt number. Now don't get upset about that, okay? Everybody gets upset like they did something wrong. You didn't do anything wrong. You got 4 5s in your chart. So that makes sense that you see 5 a lot. You have 4 of them. And 5 from the numbers 1 and 4 are a karmic debt number. Otherwise, 5s themselves often represent change. And that change is coming and things are happening behind the scenes that will bring about that change. A 555, that's what it means, that it's actually a message from, however you want to phrase it. People say whatever they want to say, angels, spirit guides, the loved ones that have passed, however you want to think about it. Somebody from through the other side, another dimension, basically. If you're a physicist, somebody in another dimension is basically sending you a message. Why numbers? Because numbers are, of course, the universal language. So, I can't help but see numbers everywhere now. And I feel a little bit like that movie with ScarJo called Lucy, where it's like, oh, I see everything is like binary in me. I break everything down to like zeros and ones. It's kind of crazy, but that's what 5 means. 5 means change. Good, it can be good, it can be bad, but basically that's change. And the number 3, that's your soul number. So people with the soul number 3. Okay, so I have 3. I'm born on the 31st, so I have a 3 in my chart too. So don't feel bad. You're going to feel a little bit bad, but don't. Immaturity is a little bit part of that, which that's also me. I'm like so happy that's why I like young people. I'm like, yeah, I can be immature, and it's totally cool. That's great. Let's rap together. I enjoy that kind of. I mean, I like being a little kooky, so I'm happy. I love my nephews are like, 11 and 15, and I hang out with them a lot. I'm like, yay, let's go see crazy movies. I'm so happy when I'm with kids because I'm a little immature. But it also has like charisma, which we know you have because of the way you say fuck.
He has awesome charisma.
He really does. He really does. Charisma. It's also like there's an attractiveness to people that have a soul number of 3. And there's also like a leadership aspect to it. I mean, there's like a lot. And also since I talked about binary earlier and breaking everything down into zeros and ones, it's kind of not a joke. The number 3 is 3 1s. Now, if you ever see 111, which I suspect you may, if you haven't been, you may. 111 means that you can manifest your thoughts into reality. So it doesn't mean that you can think of a tomato and a tomato will appear, but it does mean that if you think to yourself, gee, I really want to have a podcast one day. I'd like to talk about different issues. You just keep moving in that direction until bang, one day you have a podcast or, which you have, right? So you had to have thought that and it manifested into reality. So maybe you're thinking to yourself, I really want to, I'm not sure, get a motorcycle or whatever it is that you want to do. And it doesn't have to be anything like life-changing. It can be any idea that you have. So that's the caveat for people with threes. For soul numbers, you can manifest both good and bad things. Like you are an incredibly powerful person, and the 0, you're a 3 because when we simplify 30 is a 3 and a 0. Simplified meaning we may take them as individual numbers and add them together. But the 0 is the divine. So you have the power of the divine, and you can make manifest anything. So it's actually quite a powerful thing that you're not like born on the 3rd, you're born on the 30th or the 12th, for example, which would also be a soul number of 3. So you're born on the 30th. That means you have the power of the divine and you have the power of the number 3. And so, you can be like it can go both ways. It can be real good or it can be real bad.
Well, I know I've been trying to make my dick get bigger for years, but it ain't happened yet. So apparently I'm doing something wrong. My book.
Well, I think that sometimes I have a little bit of expertise in this area. Sometimes I think that if you check it out. No. But I think that actually you probably can do that if you wanted. If you really wanted, I think you could probably do that. But we'll get into that later.
Okay. That's a private conversation.
Yes, it is. But does any of that make sense for you? Any of that number talk make sense for you?
Oh yeah, surprisingly it does.
That's cool. I love that. And you have a 6 in your chart too because of the 69. So I'm guessing that home is somewhat important to you. Home-centric things, family, domestic stuff. You probably have a little. I mean, that's toward the end of your chart, but I'm guessing that that's important to you. And 6 and 9 are reflections of each other. And 9 is about completion. It's also the number, like a karmic number. You have like a lot of interesting numbers. The number 10 for October is the number for the cosmos. It's creation itself. So you have a lot of powerful numbers in your chart. Yeah, you do. Actually, you have 2 9s, don't you, from the 19?
Yeah.
I
heard you say something about 77 and 57. What was the significance of that?
Okay, so 7 7. 7 7
I was
now.
born 6/1/77.
6/1/77. Okay. Are you ready for your? I'm going to give you a little reading. So 6,
okay.
I just said, is like about So Rodney is actually a Scorpio, right? That's your sign. I'm a Scorpio on the inside. Even though I was born a Leo, the day I was born, the moon was in Scorpio. So on the outside, I'm a fucking lion, that can kill you, and on the inside, I'm a fucking scorpion that can really kill you. Hey, yay! I sound fun. No, not really. But Scorpios are great because they are very intuitive. They're also a fixed sign like Leo. They're the water signs. They're a water sign, but they're the fire of the water signs. Fixed means that change isn't always easy, but you really have a great ability to make a decision to stick with it. And when you don't like a person, that person's fucked. For you, my 6/1, you are a Gemini. You know that, I'm sure. So you're the twins. You're one of 4 twin signs. You are an air sign, and you're a mutable sign, which means you're the water of the air sign. The number 6 is related to home and family. And, okay, now you're not going to like this too much, so don't be upset about it, okay? But the number 6 it's not your soul number, so you're okay, but you may still have the karma from this because it's so prominent in your charts. People with the number 6 in their charts, or like say someone born on the 24th or the 6th or the 15th, for example, they may have a little bit of an issue with staying in toxic relationships, not wanting to give up on a relationship that they really ought to give up on.
Didn't she?
Yeah, well, it's really numerology is crazy accurate, and because it's so right away, that's your first number. That's what that really means for you, is that that's your karma that you're supposed to overcome. It doesn't mean you're being punished. Karma isn't about punishment. It's about overcoming. These are things to repair your soul. You can make and manifest miracles in your life when you choose to be brave and overcome the things that are set up as obstacles in your life, set up by yourself, according to some spiritualists. That's why it's written in our birth dates and our numbers, so that it's like messages to ourselves from our souls. Hey, by the way, this lifetime you're supposed to overcome this shit, and then maybe you can ascend, and we can stop this bullshit on this stupid planet. So that's one of your numbers. The number 1 is a leadership number, and Gemini's, because your sign is like Pisces is a twin sign, Virgo is a twin sign, and so is Sagittarius, and all of them are different elements, but they're all water-related signs. So water signs or mutable signs are more adaptable. Now, this is why you get stuck in toxic relationships, because you are adaptable and you'll adapt to situations. But your number 1 tells me that you are a hardcore leader. Like, you can lead, girl. You may not want to think so. You may not want to. I mean, the number 11 is 2 ones. You need another 1, actually, like somebody that's born on, say, the 10th, for example, might be a good person for you. Like as a partner, somebody, someone, I think another 1 would be like a perfect match for you. And then you really, and it can be like a friend, it doesn't have to be somebody that you like are fucking, although that's always nice too. But it can be somebody, I mean, hey, I like fucking. I mean, hey, who doesn't? What's my favorite form of exercise? Fucking. Yes, it is, and I love exercise.
You burn more calories that way, baby.
That's why I like the long sessions, girl, because, man, you burn supposedly 200 calories in like 20-minute sex session. What do you think I burn in 3 hours? Let's go. I got to keep this figure. I just ate a cookie, 3 hours of sex. Okay, thank you. Damn, girl, you eat that pizza, we're going to have to have sex for 6 hours. Oh, that's too bad. So you're a leader. Now, leader is great, but the number 1 can also, don't get mad at me, I hate giving away traits that may or may not apply to you, but it can sometimes be a little bit on the selfish side. So this is the thing with 6s too. When you put yourself in a toxic relationship, for example, part of it is self-punishment. Now, we don't tend to think about martyrs as selfish people, but when you're hurting yourself, other people that depend on you are being hurt as well. So that it doesn't necessarily mean like my son is a Sagittarius, and he can be such a selfish git, man. Super selfish. He's got 1s, he's got 3s, he's got all kinds of interesting numbers that really, I've got his number, but he's got mine too, by the way. I cannot get away with anything with that kid. Nothing. I mean nothing. But, he's selfish because he's like selfish. Like, if he doesn't want, I mean, he'd drop anybody, at the time. Like, he'd be like, oh, yeah, you fucked with me over, I'm never talking to you again, or you didn't do something I wanted, goodbye. He's like, he's like, I can't disconnect from people, and that's part of my problem. I like to keep connections, keep everything going. But so selfish can be 2 things. It can be wanting to stay in a community and keep things together when, you know, it might be hurting you, and when you're hurting, you're going to hurt other people just because of that, you know, not even by meaning to, but martyring yourself. So is any of this making sense to you, hopefully? I feel like I don't want to insult you or anything. Okay,
Oh,
good.
It makes sense to me as long as I've known her.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? So 77, this is going to be an interesting one. Who here believes in Jesus? I'm raising my hand.
I do.
I see Jesus in the fucking clouds, man. Jesus is in my furniture.
My hand ain't up.
Okay, it doesn't have to be up, really, but it doesn't matter what religion you are. I think that religion is you know, is just sort of one way of looking at things. It limits us. It's a label. But you know, Jesus was a real person. You know, everybody acknowledges that, no matter what religion. Real historical figure. So if you were to take Jesus Christ's name and put it into numbers that correspond to each letter, so A being 1, B being 2, C being 3, you end up with 77 when it's all simplified and all boiled down. So 77 is the number of Jesus Christ. So Miss 77, hello. Okay, so now we've got the good stuff out of the way. You know, you're born to be a savior. The number 7 is the number of perfection. It literally is thought of as holding together the entire universe. So you're like a connector, and you have a lot of empathy, and you also can be have some psychic abilities. That's part of the number 7. Now this is another part of the number 7. Don't get upset.
I won't.
You already know it's not good. The number 7 is also a karmic debt number when it comes from the numbers 1 and 6 that you also have in your chart. So you actually have 3 7s in your chart because 6 and 1 from your birth date is a 7. Now you're 777. That's what you are. Okay. Now I just looked this up, which is really interesting. Oh, what an interesting connection, you two. Listen to this. My email tonight, which tells you something about me already, 17,771. That's 777 between 2 1s. So here's what 777 means. I just wrote it out in my Instagram tonight. It means miracle. So you are a miracle on earth. That's why you brought forward an ascended master. That's why he was born to you, because you are God's number. God's number is 777, miracles. Miracles come from God. I don't care what you call God, the oversoul. If you're a transcendentalist from like the 19th century, nobody calls God that anymore. But, you know, whatever you call God, whatever you believe in that makes the universe go, that is where miracles come from. And we all have a little of that inside us. That's how we can manifest our own miracles like Rodney can. He can manifest his own miracles because he's got this great 111 thing happening for him with his number 3, because he's got a little of magic God in him. And you've got your 777. You're telling yourself something. You're probably an angel, would be my guess. And you're here to do something, maybe bring forth this ascended master. Who knows what your son is going to do, but it could be something really great. Because now that I'm thinking about these numbers,
man, I love you so
special.
much. I'm going to start studying this. Like, seriously, this is awesome.
Yeah, it's you. Really, you got some great numbers, and you know, perfection, the divine. I really think that you have special things happening. Like super special things happening. So whatever you were talking about, how you're working with disabled adults, I know that's a wonderful thing to do. I have a feeling that you're just scratching the surface. That's just the tip of your iceberg. Now you're a Gemini, so you have 2 different sides to you. The twin signs can all be Jekyll and Hyde. You know, one side is amazing and beautiful, the other side not so hot. I mean, everybody has 2 sides to them, right? But you know, the twin signs can be hot and cold at the drop of a hat. And oftentimes Geminis, within a second, they can change their mind. And also very good, silver-tongued, often very good at convincing people to do things, at persuasion. How does that sound? Is that close to you, or?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you
what
hit
do
that
you
one.
think, Rodney?
Oh yeah, she's a silver tongue. I'll tell you that. Oh hell yeah.
And you know what? It's a killer for a Scorpio because you got like almost no shot with the Gemini. I'm so sorry, but it's real hard for the fixed signs because those mutable signs, first of all, fixed signs love mutable signs, and the mutable signs always tempt us because they are so fucking good at sex. I'm just going to put it out there. They are good at sex. Mutable signs are really good at sex. Like, they're intuitive. All of them are fucking intuitive. And I'm sorry to be so mad because Leos are the sex gods of the zodiac. So it's not like I'm a schlub in that department or something. But I'm like obviously abrupt. I'm very abrupt. And that translates in everything I do. So it's not like, there's like foreplay or, what was one of the complaints that I've heard in recent years was, something to the effect of, I just feel like a sex object. You just like want to fuck me all the time. There's like no sensuality, I think was the word used. It's not that I'm not sensual, but apparently because I say things like, I just want to fuck you right now. And like I grab the zipper and the zipper goes down and the pants go down and it's not like, it's like wham bam, it's happening. There's no makeout session. I mean, that's okay, but I want to get to the good stuff. I want to get to the center of that tootsie roll.
Well, I was getting ready to say that sounds like me, but I just go in for the cream filling.
Now, I that's what I'm looking for too. But I just have to have a partner that's like got quick recovery, so we got hours of work to do.
I'd just be happy to have a partner.
I don't know.
I just say being
I don't
strong.
know. I think I'm not sure, Rodney. I think that bad sex is not worth having. I'm just going to say that out loud.
Kind of makes you not want to have it.
Kind of makes you want to throw yourself off a fucking bridge and die. That's what I'm just saying. But, I'm a little Leo, so I'm a little dramatic. That might be a little dramatic. Oh, boy. Man.
I guess
I'm
I
at home
just want
with you guys. I got my hand down my pants. I'm like, I'm at home now.
Yeah.
Roll me a cigar and start sipping some bourbon. I'm like, I'm just at home.
Got a little
I'm with my
got some little
friends.
cognac. Little cognac. Yeah, let's talk about this now. Yeah, slide it right on down there. You know the spot.
Oh my God.
You ladies.
Oh, I do know the spot. I would pour it on my cunt. Oh my God, was that okay to say? I'm so sorry. I say like again, I'm real abrupt. But I would pour it on parts that I wanted people to put their mouths on, except I think it would burn like fuck. So, I'm like, it's kind of I don't know. Somebody once said something about popsicles down there, but I don't want a fucking popsicle on me. You know what I mean? I'm not there's something weirdly pedophilia about, I feel like that's I don't know, somehow connected to pedophilia to me. It's like a popsicle is like a child's thing. Like that, what is it, South Park or Family Guy, the old neighbor that's like, come in the basement, I got a popsicle for you. I'm like,
Come here.
don't put a popsicle near my parts, dude.
Yeah, but you are with the younger generation, so they probably still suck on popsicles. I mean,
and I get those Pokemon popsicles I keep tempting them with. I'm like, I get Pokemon popsicles at my house.
You're the ice cream lady. That's the white van. It's a white truck.
It is not.
Come here,
it
little
is
boy,
really
get you a little popsicle. That'd be something. Sell a popsicle that you showed up in your hooch and give it to these little boys. That's sad.
It is actually sad. I'm obviously in the midst of a serious midlife crisis. A serious one. For real. I'm glad that 45 is midlife because maybe it means I'm going to live to be 90. But other than that silver lining, I have
Yeah.
like a little bit of a problem.
90 years old and
I
going
don't
up
think
to
it's a
40
problem.
years.
I don't know.
Uh-huh.
I kind of would like somebody that's not 22, but they like me. You know, like I think about that movie Something's Gotta Give, which is with Diane Keaton and Jack Nicholas. Am I saying it right? Nicholson. Oh, for fuck's sake! I am but thinking about golf, and ADD is bad. There's about 20 things happening in my brain. So in that movie, the guy's like 60 years old and he's dating 20-year-old. Like, it's gonna be me one day, and I'm sad for myself because that's just bad. I got problems. I don't know. It's not good.
You're just thinking about anything that is hard and stiff right now. It's okay. We're here to help you.
Yeah, those young bodies, they're the ones that they like me. What am I going to do about it? They like me. I'm at a concert. At a concert. I'm
just
there. I'm wearing just a T-shirt like anybody else. I got my hair in a little ponytail, and I'm just sitting there listening to music, and some guy's talking to me, and I think, oh, he looks like he could be 33. That's not bad. Talking away, he thinks about me. She looks like she's 33, maybe born in 83. That's not bad. Well, surprise, surprise, neither of us are 33. And he's the one that's real surprised because I'm 40-fucking-5, and he's like 27. I have a kid who's 27 because I had a baby when I was 18. 27 years old, and I'm like, oh, I'm so sad right now. I really I liked him, It's like, oh, you are hot and nice and funny and a Pisces. I love Pisces. I love them, and they all find me. They love me too.
But
what
old
can
enough
I
to be
say?
your son. Old enough to be
Oh,
your son.
yeah,
Wow.
but I was a baby when I had him, so I kind of don't count it. I figure I should have a 10-year-old now. Most of my friends that I graduated from high school with have 4 or 5-year-olds, 10-year-olds. Everybody is younger kids. So I think I don't feel too bad about it, and I certainly didn't feel badly about it that I couldn't talk to him or,
Well, I'm 46, and I've got a 27 and a 26 and a 23 and a 22-year-old.
Oh, my Lord, you've got a lot of kitties.
Oh,
Yeah,
there's a lot of
I-
stuff he's been keeping for me.
What do you mean? I also have grandkids. I got a 5-year-old granddaughter, a 1-year-old
Wow.
a 2-year-old grandson, and a 1-year-old granddaughter. Yeah, I started
Wow.
young, too.
Probably got more than he said he don't know about.
That's true. That's truly true. I love the fuck. I'm sorry. I do. I'm not going to. Why would I apologize for that? I do.
And nobody uses condoms. Everybody should, but nobody does. I mean, everybody's like, oh, you should use a condom. Nobody. I don't know. It's very rare. I think it's very rare. So I think that the pregnancy thing happens a lot. In my case, I that happened to me, but I was 17, but then when I got pregnant a few years ago, that was on purpose. The only 2 times I've been pregnant, one was an accident, and that worked out, and the one that happened, I don't know, the best laid plans, I guess. But I love kids. I wish I want more. I still want more. I'd still have more kids if I could. I don't care. I don't care if it meant I could never write another book or get on stage or do anything else but be a mother. I'd be so happy just to have little babies running around, and that's what that would be like nirvana to me.
Oh, Lord, not me. Woo!
Not me either. I got little babies
I got
running around now.
16,
Grandkids,
16, and
I'm too
18-year-old, and I'm done.
Because you had a lot of kids. I had only one, and it wasn't deliberate. And he's actually an awesome person. We actually went recently ring shopping, not for me, but we're together, and I wasn't wearing any makeup, and I had my hair in ponytail and my little yoga pants on, and I'm, la la la, walking around, and we walk in together in the jewelry store, and we're like, hey, we're ring shopping, and the woman's like, oh, isn't it wonderful when you find the right girl? And she thinks we're a couple, and my son is like laughing. Yeah, he thinks it's funny because he's 6'5" and big guy, beard. He's like he actually looks a little older, except that he's skinny. He looks really like 30s, I think, early 30s, and so we kind of look similar in age. I don't think I mean I don't see it, but other people say so, and they do all the time. And so he starts laughing. He's like, oh, that happens all the time, and the woman's apologizing, and I'm like, I have no problem with you thinking we're a couple. That's good for me, So, my son is just dying. I don't know. I parted. You should. That's part of why I think I like going out with young guys. When I go out with a young guy, I get carded every time. When I go out with like an old guy, never get carded. I'm like, fuck. Don't I look young? No.
People are like, I'm sorry, but I need to see your ID. I'm like, why are you apologizing? Here you go.
See, I
How
think
old
it's
are
where
you? Do you mind me asking?
I'm sorry?
You're 77, so you are like actually you're like around you're Ryan's age, so you'll be I think he was born the year after you maybe, so you'll be 40 next year.
Yep, I'll be 40
in 2017. Yeah. Oh, so we're kind of like the similar age anyway. It's not that bad. I'm going to say 40s are so much better than almost any other age. I just didn't know what the fuck I was doing until I was like 42. And I'm still sort of like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm much better now. I'm like hotter now than I ever was in my entire life, ever. I mean, I was hot, but I didn't know it. So what good was it?
Well, and my mom has said the same thing because I'm like freaking out about hitting 40. And my mom was like, no. She's like, 40 is great. She was like, you just wait and see. Your 40s is going to be awesome. I'm like, okay.
They are awesome. It's the golden age. I think it.
Go ahead and tell Jeff right there beside him, if he's listening, that he'll be traded up for a newer model here soon.
Oh, I'll run him off. He's outside somewhere.
Oh, damn.
He kept falling asleep snoring, so I made him get up.
See, that's the reason why. That's exactly right. Here, you're going to come and get you a newer model, get you a 20-something here soon, and keep you 48 to the curb. Damn. I hate it for him.
I'll have to give him a diagram because they're going to have to learn how to do, because if you can't do that right, we don't have no connection.
They have to teach him to do what? I missed it. It dropped out on me.
I'm saying I have to draw them a diagram or something, because if they don't know their way down there, then they don't need to be connecting with me.
You know what? That's so true. That's like the magic thing, isn't it? If a man knows how to go down on a woman, he's in. I don't care what size. The size of the dick does matter. I'm not going to lie about that, guys. It does matter. It does. It does and it doesn't. You got to know how to use it no matter what. Because if you have a big dick and you're lazy, it's fine. We can make it work. I'm like, I can make this work. But, I really do like a nice power bottom is a good thing. So, I like to ride on top. What can I say? That's what I like. I just like it. Anyway, I think that you got to have a talented tongue is all I'm saying. I want to give a class.
Thank you.
I could actually be one of your teachers there, because I have been told I am an expert with that.
Oh, boy. Now you're trying to seduce me. I'm like, okay, I'm in.
I'm being honest.
Well,
Some people could testify if they wanted to.
good with his tongue.
It's going to be a new YouTube channel.
Yeah, call in to 323-870-4197 for all you out there that want to give a testimony.
How good is Rodney's tongue? I want to know. No, I'm
Oh my God!
I mean,
the board's lighting up. Oh my God!
are you kidding?
No, it would be great because I'd be probably get them phone calls. Go, let me tell you something about Rodney and his tongue. Lord have mercy, God! Just when he just sticks it out, oh my God! I just drop to my knees. I just come. He don't even have to touch me.
Ooh. I did know a man who all he had to do was say like 3 words to me or 4 words to me, I guess, and I would literally, all I had to do was say these 4 words, and I'd be like a puddle. I'd be like, oh, fuck, I just gushed everywhere. Like, it was really
I just jizzed on myself, man. Damn it.
I'm like, oh, now my pants are wet. So since we're talking about sex and tongues and stuff, I have to ask if you guys are fans of The Walking Dead.
Oh, yes, honey. Yes.
Because some of my people that will be listening tonight, including Miss Therese Taylor. Hey, Miss Therese Taylor, I'm sorry that I haven't said your name sooner, but on Facebook, she wanted to know about our take on The Walking Dead. That was a question she'd asked me. She wanted me to bring up tonight. So you all are fans, right? So you gotta tell me. I need to hear your thoughts because I know that when I saw that the first episode, the premiere of this season, I got on Twitter and I basically said, "I'm done. I'm done."
Well, I'm not going to lie. I was at work, and I bawled like a bitch. I did. I bawled like a bitch. But then I said, I'm still a fan, and Daryl's still there, so I'm happy that as long as, please don't mutilate Daryl.
Oh, he's so, I worked with Norm. He was before with us. He's really good looking, too, by the way.
Well, Daryl, I draw him a diagram all day long. I'm sure he don't need one, but he can have
no. He does not need one. He does not. No, he's very good.
Man,
all I'm going to say about
him and I have to go change my bloomers.
Oh, he's very hot.
Robin, you need a hush. She's testifying. I want to hear this.
I actually, yeah. I really don't. I do tease about stuff like that, but I try not to say anything. But, I have had a lot of opportunity to work with a lot of beautiful people. And, it's because I have the girls, I call them the girls, that I get a lot of attention from those beautiful people. Or as Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, who I work with, Cassandra Peterson, said to me the last time we worked together, she's like, oh, you have a nice set of pumpkins, don't you? And she squeezed my boobs. I was like, yes, I do. I was so I felt like it was the best compliment of my life. I'm like, Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, just touched my boobs and said they were nice pumpkins. Oh my God.
That's awesome. I mean, did you squeeze hers back and say nice yellow?
Oh, I wanted to because she has, I think that she's in her 60s. This girl looks fucking hot as hell. Her boobs, I don't know if she's had plastic surgery or if she just exercises, but her boobs were as high as mine and as round, and everything was looking really good and firm. And she was wearing a really tight black top. And I sort of wanted to touch. I really didn't want to touch her boobs. I was like, that's kind of gay, but I'm okay with that because I go both ways for her because she's a virus. If there was a threesome situation and there was say Norm Reedus, I don't know. I'm just saying it out loud, Norm, if you're listening, we'd be okay with that. Big bald head is this Twitter handle? Why do you think that is, ladies?
Oh my God, Norman Reedus! Oh my God!
I mean, he's got a lot of hair in his head, but the other one, that's a mushroom cap right there. Anyway, It's
Well,
a
I
helmet,
got
I'm saying.
I got to testify something here. When I was looking you up, to get you on the show, and I started looking through your photos, and I'm like, oh my God, I've got to get this woman on my show, or at least send me a picture, autograph.
Oh, my
I just want you to just put some lipstick on your nipples and just mash it down on your picture. That's all I wanted.
Well, I don't have no pumpkins. I don't have very big. My tatas are TT. That I got the ass. I got a big old ass.
you got
I don't have an ass. So we put our bodies together. We'd be the perfect body. My ass is not like great. I wear yoga pants to make it look better. But like my ass is like, I have no fat back there. It's really because I exercise too much, and that's not what you would think it is. I'm not like a dancer, so it's not like I'm like doing squats all day. But it's really not as good. Like there's not a lot going on back there. So yeah, it's one of my actually it was what my 27-year-old friend who I met at the concert said to me. He's like, you're like Ukrainian up front and like Irish in the back because I'm Ukrainian and Irish. I'm Ukrainian up front. I've got the ba-ba boom, and then the back I've got like the Irish flat ass. It's like, oh, where did it go?
And my daughter is so self-conscious about herself, and I don't know why, because she's got my ass and her grandma's boobs, so she's got those.
Oh,
And I'm like, honey,
she's like a Kardashian.
what you got.
She should feel hot. Like that's like very big right now. She should feel awesome. I want that. She's fucking J-Lo.
Robin can say what she wants to about her body. She's got a hot body. She can come off that shit.
I'm
sure. Those girls, the girls that don't have the big boobs, like think about it, ladies. Big boobs, you know what that means when we're old? It means that our boobs are in the basement. Even if we're not, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not good news. Like your body tends to hold on to more fat if you have larger breasts, like you've got bigger hips. It's not always like a fun ride, and you can get more wrinkles on your chest because your boobs are pulling down your skin. It's like there's a lot of work, a lot of maintenance that goes into these big boobs. So I like the ladies that I kind of admire, ladies that have smaller boobs, because I would like so bad to wear a shirt, any fucking shirt, I don't care what it is, and not have to wear a bra. Like that's my dream. Is to wear a shirt and a bra.
Because I have real little boobs, but my nipples are huge. I still have to wear a bra.
Oh my God! You should use those little pedals. They have these little pedal things you just put on your nipple, like a pasty, like a stripper, but without the tassel.
Yeah, not the tassel. Let's bring out the tassel.
I got like these freakishly large nipples.
Yeah, but that's part of having like a smaller breast. Actually, that's super hot. Like now I want to suck on your nipples. I'm so sorry. I'm like becoming gay. I'm like becoming. I think I'm like I don't like to think of sexuality as like it's very fluid for me. Let me put it that way. But I like that.
Look at that.
I could go both ways.
Tell me if we ain't good.
Lately. Anyway.
I tell you what,
I'm just gonna put it out there.
Especially when she, if it's cold in a room and she's still got a bra on, and I'm like, "Are you cold?" She's like, "Shut up." I'm like, "It's hot."
God, I don't know how you could not touch those boobs. If I saw that, I think I'd be like, "Can I just put my mouth on that?" Like how can you not? How can you hold back?
Well, let's just say maybe you have or maybe I haven't.
What's a little difference between friends?
Is Jeff still outside?
Yes, and Shanna's not.
Oh shit! Well, she knows anyway. We make a deal.
Who knew that when came on, all this confession would happen. Wow, it's confession hour. Let's confess more things.
And you know everybody's sitting there listening, going, "Rod, you're so full of shit. Your eyes are brown."
Well, you know, we have been together 8 years. We've been a team for that damn long. We know just about
That's a long
everything
time.
about each other.
And
Now, what
she
made
means
you guys
yeah.
partners? What brought you guys together?
She came to me.
He started his paranormal group, and I was the first one to join. And we've been together ever since.
Now,
She's been with me.
well, I mean, the way you say "fuck," I've been with you ever since too. I mean, just hearing it, that's right there. That's good news right there. I'd be like, what? I didn't hear anything else you said after that. Now, you all started paranormal, Rodney, and you joined Robin. So, like, have you had paranormal experiences? I know your listeners probably know this, but I don't, because I'm just curious about where you're at that way.
Oh, yeah. Definitely have some paranormal experiences.
And some physical, too.
Yeah.
Ooh.
The biggest paranormal experience I've ever experienced full on was at a historical cemetery in Pocahontas, Virginia. That's the first time I ever saw anything with my own two eyes. And I was hooked. I was hooked from that day, from the ghost and Rod. Because I ran his ass off that day, and he still come running every time I hollered.
Wow. There is something between you two. There's some serious chemistry going on here. Soulmate.
She
I
took
can
over
hear
my
that.
shit.
I think that you two would have banging sex, but anyway. Sorry to your husband, but why does he have to know? It's just a public show. It's no problem. Just between us
That's
and everybody
right.
that's listening.
It ain't like nobody's going to listen to hear this. Oh, no, you have to ask them.
I bet the fair potential, but
I bet you a $5 bill that she's sitting there, her face is beat fucking red.
oh my goodness.
I don't get embarrassed.
I feel like I'm feeling it between you two. That's all I can say. I'm feeling it. I think it's a good thing, though. I like it. But I bet you guys were connected in another lifetime. You found each other again. It's interesting to me. I'm curious now. I'd like to read you in person.
He's like the male version of me.
Really?
Okay.
That's how I feel. I mean, we talk about the dumbest shit, and we talk.
I can always make her laugh.
Well, you know, you could be twin flames. I'm wondering, because it doesn't mean that you have to be fucking each other, although I'm sure that's always better. But you know, that's always better. But
if you get fucking chance.
I don't know. I'm just speaking out loud.
I did too.
I feel like fucking everybody is okay, or fucking married people is okay. I definitely don't feel that's okay, because then like the bitches come back and shoot arrows at you, and that's no good. You know. But anyway, yeah, kind of. That's how it worked. I didn't know. Of course, I didn't know any of that stuff.
I do manifest what I want, don't I?
Ooh, you do. Oh my gosh. You actually, 3 ones. You have 3 members, so I'm wondering how that. Oh my God! I bet you're like amazing in bed. Anyway, I'm just thinking out loud. I mean, I'm just saying, girls that are listening, Rodney's got some good numbers for you. He's got some good numbers to show you, girls. You know, 3 of them that I think would really fit all 3 of your holes. So, if any Doctor Who fans out there that are listening, John Barrowman and I were on stage together one time in Philadelphia, I think. Another time he pushed me off stage, but that's another story. We were on stage together, and he does this little banana trick in his pants. Anyway, he can never keep his pants on. That man's always dropping trow. And he gives me a banana thinking that, like, I won't know what to do with it. It was the first time we worked together, and I think he was trying to embarrass me. And I'm like, John, I need, like, 2 more. He's like, oh, why do you need 2 more? I said, because I have 3 holes to fill. And he was like, oh. There's 100 people in front of us. No problem.
Damn.
It's the truth. I think I
Yeah,
could handle 3 guys, and I'd be okay.
Damn.
3. I think I could do 3.
Lord mercy, you're making me hot now. Whew. Lord. Dang, I got a tingling going on.
No, Rodney, you cannot go to the bathroom yet.
Oh, I ain't going to the bathroom. I'm going to Atlanta. What the hell are you talking about?
Well, I'll be in Boston in 2 days to see some ghosts.
Wow.
Now, talk about ghosts. I am obviously like I don't know what I am really. Paranormal stuff happens around me all the fucking time now. It's crazy. Like I didn't even want to tell you guys this because I wasn't sure where you were at this way. Because sometimes paranormal groups are really like skeptics. There's like a skeptic in the group, and I don't like talking to them really because they can be kind of downers. But when I first got on with you, so I was wondering about this because when I first got on with you, and actually this happened the other day when I took a little video, there's like a black, I really don't see black like this except the last few days. So this is like I'm not sure how to describe it, but you are much more experienced at this than I am. Now, if we were talking about blowjobs, there I might be a little bit more experienced, but we are talking about something else. So, like, right out of the corner of my eye, I saw, like, a black, I don't know, like, I just got a knock to that. So I get knocks, like 1 knock is yes, 2 knocks is no. That's how I communicate with my ethereal entourage, so I just got a knock. So it's a yes that there's something here. But it's like out of the corner of my eye. I'm not sure how to describe it. Damn it. I'm so bad at this. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to break my karma, but I suck at it. It was like, it's not like a shadow person, so I know what that is. It's not like that. It's just like, you know the ghosts in Pac-Man, but imagine a black one, like kind of zipping around. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I can imagine something like that.
It just like I caught it out of the corner of my eye, and I was videotaping the other day, just the trees, you know, kind of. There was like a big, weird wind here, and I was videotaping the trees because I'm weird like that. And when I watched the video playback, there was just like a black thing that just kind of. It's on my Instagram right now. I didn't point it out to anybody because I wanted to see if anybody would comment on it without my prompting, and nobody has. So I don't know if they've caught it. But it's very, like, it's been around me for a few days now, and I don't know what it is. But it's really here because somebody else just confirmed it for me. But I don't know what that is. Like a black, not a person. It's just like a shape in a way. I'm not sure if it's like I don't know if I heard of orbs before. I don't see things like that. I can see a person in my mind, and I'm usually right when I'm talking to somebody else, and I see I'll describe the person I'm seeing, and it's like their mother or their father. You know, they'll show me things like a chain link fence, and they'll say, oh, I just saw a rat on the chain link fence the other day, and I got really scared. So I did this with a radio DJ out in Portland who I've never met in person, and it freaked us both out because for like an hour, I even saw his fucking dog that had died like 15 years ago. And then I saw like a person in the shadows who was male who didn't want to come out of the shadows. It was a brother that died, but is there still, you know, that like he wasn't close to but passed away. So like weird stuff like that, but I don't see like other things that, like this, so I don't know what it is, but it's almost like it makes me turn my head, and I don't know. Can you guys tell me what I'm seeing?
Well, what I'm thinking is a shadow of a huge cock in your future.
Ooh.
That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah.
You know what? That's a nice foreshadow.
Yeah. See,
I
there
like
you go.
it.
Problem
Oh
solved.
boy. So you have never heard of anything like that before, like a black shape, kind of like, like maybe the size of like a fist, which is like now makes me think of fisting. But anyway, everything. Terrible. It's terrible. ADD and like this kind of like thing I have happening right now because I'm fucking horny, obviously, is really like killing me.
She's gonna get off. You're gonna get off the show and rub one out, ain't she?
I don't know about that because now I'm thinking about that black thing, and I gotta like maybe at like 3:00 in the morning. I'm like awake 20 hours a day. I don't sleep much, so I get like I can fall asleep and then somebody can send me a message, like not like a telepathic message, although I do get that too sometimes. Now I've like been able to confirm it with people without telling them that they said that I can hear what they're saying. Sometimes I'll say something like, "Oh, you must be thinking about this," and they'll be like, "How did you know?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I just a feeling," but it literally popped in my head, and I knew it wasn't my original thought because I don't have many of those. I don't know. I just I think that I have to. Somebody will send me like an email, even not like my phone is buzzing because it doesn't. I turn it off and put it in a drawer across the house because I can't handle it. But then I'll wake up at like, I have a psychic connection with someone in Atlanta, so I'll wake up when he does. And I don't even need to ask if he's awake. I know he is. But I'll wake up sometimes at like 3:30 in the morning, and I'll know that there's an email waiting for me or a message in some other, and I'll go and I'll look, and it's there, and it's important, and I'm like, oh, fucking A. I'm like connected to fucking everybody. I'm never going to sleep. Like I haven't slept much in the last 2 years. It's driving me crazy. I
can handle that. I like my sleep.
I do too. Sleep is good. Sleep is real good. But I don't know. I get a lot done. But, and I don't know. This black thing, though, I was wondering. So you guys don't know what I'm saying, do you?
I have never heard of it.
Well, I've actually, experienced seeing like a shadow or a dark object to my left or right, a part of my vision before quite a few times, and it's like when you turn to look to see what it isn't there. Do you do that
or
too?
Or you catch like a part of it, like I catch a part of it and then it kind of disappears. I'll turn and it'll be there for a second, and then I can't make out what it is. So I haven't been near any cemeteries lately, but I'm going to Salem. So I'm wondering if like some of my ethereal entourage is getting upset, or like disturbed because I'm going to be in this like seriously haunted place. I just made a phone call to a restaurant there for my fundraiser. I'm bringing the group to this haunted restaurant called, I don't want to say what it is so in case there's any stalkers because it's not listed. But anyway, it's like one of the oldest houses in Salem, and it's very close to what used to be a burial ground for the Irish immigrants that lived there. And I tried calling 3 times. The first time I called, they couldn't hear me. I could hear them, but they couldn't hear me. I figured it was a phone glitch. I hung up. I called back. I got a high-pitched scream instead of a person. I hung up. I called back, and I'm like, hello, can you hear me? And I'm like waiting for the scream or something, and the woman's like, of course I can hear you. I'm like, oh, what a relief, because I called twice before, and this is what happened. And she was like, this phone hasn't rung in an hour. I was like, oh, my God. It is haunted. It is haunted.
I'd love to
I'd
go
like to
there. I'm trying to get more in tune with my Irish heritage.
Oh, where's your family from? Mine is from County Cork.
The only thing that I know for sure is they were from the Dublin area.
Oh, okay, great. Oh, that's like an easy place to visit too. I have so many friends in Ireland. Oh, I love Ireland so much. I have to I feel like I should live there. In fact, I lost my daughter, as you know, and I was going to buy her like a plaque in Atlanta. And now, because of the stalker, I had to leave very hastily. And even though I go back quite a lot, and I'm there a lot, and I was just there recently, I just, I'm afraid if I make a grave there that I won't always be able to go back to it, or that it will be a place that someone will be waiting for me with like a bow and arrow. So I just looked into this, and my Irish grandmother died in 2010, and she was cremated, and her kids just threw her in the bay. So I want to take a little vial of her ashes with me, and my daughter, and I'm going to have a plaque in Ireland, and I'm going to have us buried in a cemetery in County Cork. I'm not kidding. That's going to be where my ashes go. Hopefully somebody will bring it over there, and even if they don't, my name will be on the stone. So I've decided. I think I just decided. I'm not going to put anything anywhere where people can I think in Ireland there's a lot of reverence for the dead, and I don't always see that here in the States. There's a lot of weird stuff that happens in cemeteries, and I don't know. I like Ireland. I think that they're good people, and that's really where my people are from. I think that that's why I have these little skills. I'm like a fairy person, maybe. Now we're getting to True Blood. Nice.
There we go. We're going to have you back on.
So bad.
We're going to have. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh God, I do too. We're going to have you back on. So it did. It went quick, and you know what? We only asked you 4 questions.
It's bad like that though, because of sex. The sex takes over. See, now you know why I can do a marathon, because really, I just get started. I'm just warmed up after an hour, another hour, and that's the end of a blowjob. Okay, now it's more it's a long process. I like joy. That's really what it is. I think anybody that's had a near-death experience, or anybody who kind of recognizes the value of life in some way more than anybody else, joy is what I live for. And I don't understand people who create misery for others. I don't understand anybody that doesn't want joy every second, every day. If you found a person that you have great sex with and who makes you laugh and who you can dance and sing with, why the fuck would you ever walk away from that person? If you get joy from that person, don't fucking leave. It's what is wrong with you? But joy is not a priority in our culture, and that's why I like sex, because I like joy. And that's where joy comes from. When you're an adult, a lot of joy, food too, but not as much.
You can combine the two.
I do. Hey, I'm a great cook. Oh my God. You can get fat from me, serious. Nobody gets fat in my house for some reason, but I wish they would, except for me. I'm the only one that I can look at my mac and cheese and gain weight. Oh my God, that mac and cheese is crazy. I make my own fucking bread to make the croutons. I kid you not. I make the bread, I make the croutons, the sauce is from scratch, heavy cream, tons of fucking butter. Just call me Paula Deen. I don't care. I'm not racist, but I do like my butter. And it is delicious. Delicious.
Oh my God, you're making me hungry.
I will cook for you guys anytime. I'll come down to the Appalachians where you are. I'll make you some food.
Hell yeah, come on
we'll
down.
Have some... Oh,
you'll fit right in.
You're gonna die. It's gonna be like heaven. I make bourbon whipped cream, for fuck's sake.
Dang. I'm a fat boy anyway, so you ain't gonna make me fatter.
No, I like people that eat. I'm not kidding. I don't like. I mean, I'll do this too. So I'm a woman. So I'm always like, oh, I don't eat that. Or like push food around my plate or something. But I've gone out a few times recently with like my young fellas, and I'll be like, hey, just so you're aware, I'm gonna order like a lot of carbs. I'm gonna order a shake. I'm gonna get some like pizza. I'm gonna eat it. Like, so just be aware. Don't be like turned off because I'm gonna eat. But I'll come down and make you guys food.
Hell yeah, come on down. We'll have a barbecue. Have a good old time. Hell yeah.
You can identify my black objects, and I can identify your objects, flying objects. Maybe they're attached to, maybe they're not. It can be like a paranormal orgy. What? That would be something Terracon offer.
Damn. Yes, you've got to come down. This is going to be a personal interview. Yes.
You come down, we'll take you out investigating.
Okay, Robin.
We have to investigate.
Yes, I know what I got to investigate.
My guy in Atlanta was a paranormal investigator. I have no idea if he still does it. I have to think about it to like get a psychic vibe. I just don't care, I guess, but at least about that part. But he was like a good-looking guy, big, good-looking guy, and he'd go in the house with the lady that would call, and she'd be like, I just need you to investigate something in the bedroom. And he'd be like, okay, I'll go back there with you. And his team would be outside, looking for whatever. And she'd like lock the front door and be like, come on back. And he's like, oh fuck, she's locking me in. I don't know. Like I think a few times he had to fuck a few old ladies. I'm just saying. I think that had to happen. I'm guessing he got a lot of money for that shit. And I think that he was kind of like a little bit of a prostitute that way, but he was good looking. He had the equipment. So, hey.
Well, apparently, I only got paid one time for it.
Well, I don't think that they paid him for the investigating. I think that. Oh, you mean for sex? Did somebody pay you for sex? What?
Never mind. That's another story.
Oh, I just did a good one. Nobody's paid me for sex. Well, not directly. Let me. I'm like driving a Lexus that I didn't buy. Let me think about that for a second. Okay, maybe a little bit, but anyway.
It's all right. It's all right. We all understand.
I mean, when you have the booze, stuff happens. That's all I can say.
We all have that story that well, there was this one time.
Yeah, there was this one time that I got I accidentally had some money in my pocket, and I don't know why.
I don't know how it got there. I don't know. Well, I've never been given hard cash like that, but people have given me stuff. Like, I have a lot of stuff. I was going to say from Comic-Con, but, it's not from Comic-Con. It's from people I worked with at Comic-Con. And, sometimes it was expensive jewelry or designer clothes or bags. I mean, I have that. I want to sell it on eBay, actually.
See, your job comes with perks.
and the people I interviewed thought so too. I like her. She's great. This guy, James O'Barr, who wrote The Crow, my God, he could not keep his fucking hands to himself. He also invited a 14-year-old in the audience back to his hotel room, but that's another story. He was impossible for me to control. And I think actually, he kind of like made my career with a certain company anyway, like kind of go away, because we were being watched like by agents who were representing A-listers who wanted to be a part of what we were doing, and they came to watch me because I had the best reputation, and I'm sitting there with James fucking O'Barr, literally can't stop touching my legs and my crotch. I don't get upset when people do that because what's a little touching between friends, but I would make it like a joke out of it and kind of go with it because I'm hot and men are going to touch me. And I get it because I want to touch them too. If I see something that's touchable, like Ernie Hudson from Ghostbusters, the original Ghostbusters, takes off his leather jacket. He's in his 60s, and he is fucking stacked. And he sees me. He takes off his leather jacket with a big smile, and I literally touch him, and I'm like, oh my God, you have major guns! Like I can't stop touching. So I understand when you see something that looks good, you want to touch it. I do too. I'm not offended when somebody says, "Can I motorboat your boobs?" I'm like, yes, you can. It's okay.
Oh my God, Rodney wants to do that to so many chicks, and he always says, "I want to ask them that."
Yeah, but
well, maybe one might say yes. I would say yes. I'm at Gay Pride in New York, right? And one guy who's gay, of course, walks up to me and says, "I'm so sorry to ask you this, but I have to." Obviously, he's high or drunk or maybe both. And not that gay people are high or drunk or anything like that, but it was a fun day, and we were all imbibing. I was too. So he's like, "Hey, can I motorboat you?" I'm like, "Absolutely." How many gay men are going to ask me that question? Yes, and you over there take pictures.
Yeah.
Make sure you get it on film.
Yeah, no shit.
I would say yes. See, I would say yes, Rodney. So somebody that you think they might say yes. You never know.
So when you come to Appalachia,
Rodney is a major boob man.
Oh, I know. I knew why you
I am
like
a
me.
body
Yeah,
man.
well,
I'm a body.
the boobs are good.
The boobs are good.
They're a little
Asses,
more than a handful,
legs.
though. So.
I got big hands. I got big hands.
Ah, then you're probably all set.
I got big feet too.
Well, then you're really trying to give away the whole package, aren't you? So you I bet you're not a shower. I bet you're a grower. Have you heard of that before? Shower versus grower? Oh my God, your audience is like, holy shit, what is this woman? Who is she? Like a shower is like you're like 7 inches or whatever. You're 7 inches soft, 7 inches hard. You're just out there, man. You don't grow much after that. But a grower is somebody that kind of doesn't look like much soft, but then when they get hard, it's like fucking 9 inches, and you're like, where the fuck did that come from?
Just like a stud, just like a horse, just like a stud. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is. It is like that. It totally is. All of a sudden, there's this thing there, and you're like, I thought I was sucking on like a 5-inch cock. Where did this thing come from? I'm choking and drooling. I don't understand.
Hey, we got a minute and 18 seconds left. So, is there anything you want to shout out to anybody? Any contact information? And we definitely got to get you back on quickly.
Yes. Thank you, guys. RebeccaHousel.com is my blog. Like you said, thank you for that nice introduction. 1 million readers from now, 82 countries and counting. So please come on and check it out. And there's a lot of positive energy on that blog. And, of course, I'm also somewhat depressed. So sometimes you'll see things that are kind of depressing. But otherwise, all good news. So RebeccaHousel.com and SoulArrow.com is my SoulArrowEntertainment.com. So sorry, is my, and social media, I don't have anything that's public except for the Dr. Rebecca Housel page. But Soul Arrow is everywhere. So thank you guys so much. I had a blast, a total blast. You rock.
Oh, thank you. Oh, you rock too. Gosh, thank you so much.
It was a blast. I had so much fun. I don't know what to do with I might have to rub one out. Pound town, baby. I'm going to go.
Okay, you have a good one. Think of me.
You too, y'all. Thank you so much. Have a good night. Mwah. Love you, honey.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
My gosh, she was awesome.
What'd you say?
She was awesome.
Yes, she was. Wow. Well, that's it. I guess we get off here. You want?
Blackwater Hattie lived back in the swamp where strange green reptiles crawl. Snakes hang thick from the cypress trees like sausage on a smokehouse wall. Where the swamp is alive with 1,000 eyes and all of them watching you. Stay off the track of Hattie Shack in the back of the Black Bayou. Way up the road from Hattie's shack lies a sleepy little Okeechobee town. Talk a swamp witch of Hattie, lock you in when the sun goes down. Rumors of what she done, and rumors of what she do. Kept folks off a track of Hattie's shack in the back of the Black Bayou. One day brought the rain stayed on, and the swamp water overflowed. Mosquitoes and the fever grabbed the town like a fist. Dr. Jackson was the first to go. Some said the plague was brought by Hattie. There was talk of a hanging too. But the talk got shackled by the howls and the cackles from the bowels of the Black Bayou. There's one morn between dark and dawn when shadows fill the sky. There came an unseen caller on a town where hope run dry. In the square there was found a big black round vat full of gurgling brew. Whispering sounds as the folks gathered round. It came from the Black Bayou. There ain't much pride when you're trapped inside a slowly sinking ship. Scooped up the liquid deep and green, and the whole town took a sip. Fever went away, and the very next day the skies again were blue. Let's thank old Hattie for saving our town. We'll fetch you from the Black Bayou. Party of 10 of the town's best men headed for Hattie's shack. Said Swamp Witch magic was useful and good, and they're gonna bring Hattie back. Never found Hattie, and they never found the shack, and they never made a trip back in. A parchment note they found tacked to a stump said, "Don't come looking again."
There is more to me, Queen Eliara of Elfgard, than my elven magic. Just as there's more to Geico than saving you money, Geico also gives you 24/7 access to licensed agents online, on the phone, or on the Geico app. And while I am a mighty elf queen, I am also a mighty big fan of barbecue potato chips. Minions! More smoky mesquite.
Geico. Expect great savings and a whole lot more.